Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here with a brand new video for you, and we are going straight into the Dylan Gemelli wheelhouse with this topic today because we're going to talk about the best SARMs for endurance. Why is this my wheelhouse? Well, because I'm an endurance athlete. I'm a 10-mile-a-day runner. I'm a triathlete. I've always been that way. I'm always going to be that way. So one of the things that I've always taken abuse at over the years is, oh, you're small, you're this, you're that. But my point with all of this was I've never tried to be a fucking bodybuilder or somebody that's trying to be huge. So all of you that say this to me, and I guess that's partly on me because I never really come out and just dive into who Dylan Gemelli is and this and this and this and this. But I don't want that. I never did want that. I never tried to be that. I ran a few bulking cycles just to run everything so that I'm not just coaching you on my knowledge, but also my experience. I mean, I've got 15 years of coaching experience, so I know what everything does for everybody. I mean, but you still should be trying some of the things that you're coaching, at least at some point in time. So I've done that, but that's never been anything that I strive for or truly, truly want. Okay, so this is my wheelhouse. If there's anything that I know, and that I'm supremely confident in, is endurance, endurance, endurance. So I'm going to get into this list with you, and like I said, I have to say these are my lists. You are always free to have your own opinions, yada, 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 but this is my list, and this is where I'm going with it. All right, so let's look at our top 5 SARMs for endurance. I'm going to start at number 5. We're going with RAD 140. RAD 140 is one of those ones that never really gets the love it should for endurance. It's not one of its top-end benefits. It's really not something too many people talk about. But if you go and look at logs, that's the key here, is logs over the years. A lot of people will report, wow, I've had some fat loss and some endurance benefits here that I wasn't really expecting. Because it's not something that I guess is the standout benefits that are really associated with RAD 140. Most people think RAD 140 is a replacement for testosterone because that's how it's marketed, and it's not. It never has been and never should be. That was the intent, but just because something was intended for something doesn't mean it always works out that way, and that's certainly not anything that I would utilize it for, but endurance benefits are there. They truly, truly are, and that's why it makes my list. Number 4 is S4. Now, a lot of times you'll see a lot of the cutting stacks that I recommend for people that really want to lose weight and cut. It's going to be GW, SR9009, and S4. Now, S4's primary is not anything with endurance, and I don't think you're going to notice some huge thing on its own with it, but it stacks very well with GW and SR. It fits into these cutting cycles, and the endurance benefits are definitely going to be there. And you could argue flopping that with RAD 140, to be perfectly honest with you. I like S4 there because it groups a little better when it comes to cutting, but RAD fits right into there. Now, number 3 might surprise some of you, and it's YK11. YK11 has a very, very high affinity for endurance purposes. It's really overlooked, but anybody that really knows it and uses it understands that it's really high up there when it comes to endurance benefits. It really, really is. It's no GW or SR, which are my next 2, and I think that's fairly obvious. Not like I'm giving away something before I get to it. But YK11 is definitely locked in at number 3, and there's really no competition. It's that good when it comes to it. Don't be confused because it's talked about as a myostatin inhibitor and building lean muscle and building strength. But let me tell you something right now. The endurance benefits on there are no joke. Number 2, SR9009. SR9009 is just great, great, great for endurance. There's no real confusion there. This is not a surprise that it's on this list. You guys know my love for GW. It's certainly not going to trump GW, but you stack those 2 together and oh my. Do they feed off of each other and do they work extremely well together? SR9009 is totally legit for endurance. YK11, as good as it gets, is not even close to the benefits that you're going to get for endurance with SR9009. But the king of kings, once again, is GW 501516, and that goes without saying. Anybody that's used it and used quality GW 501516 knows this is not even fucking debatable. There is no mixing this up whatsoever. You know what you're getting. You are getting the best when it comes to endurance and getting your stamina kicked up. I don't even know what else to say. GW 501516 reigns fucking supreme. That is it. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't need to say anything else about it. So that being said, please subscribe to the channel. I need to get this thing built back up. We want to get all the viewership back up. Let's do that together. And stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.